Morning.
Hi, Lynn.
Hiya. Just letting people in as we go.
Yeah, what?
Morning.
It'd be better if I switched my sound on, wouldn't it?
I will turn you off as I start talking. I can't hear all the background noise because it puts people off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So especially when people decide they're gonna knock at the door while I'm talking, or the postman comes, or
Oh, hi, Diana.
that's normally Deborah's favourite trick. Someone always knocks at the door when she's talking, when I'm talking. So I wouldn't expect it. Yeah. I wouldn't expect any different today.
Hello.
I'm main one there.
Morning.
Morning.
I hope nobody knocks.
We will see. We will see.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So I think there's a few more. What time is it? We're just on 10 o'clock, so that's brilliant. So they'll tell me if more are coming in as we go. And so today, as you know, I like to do these odd freebies ever so often, where I just want to talk about light workers and the difficulties we get into, and the challenges and the obstacles and all of the things that we have to contend with to start our light work and to step up and be a bit different from others, which is not easy. So I just wanted to talk about that, and hopefully my intention is that someone here needs to hear this and will take what they want from it. Some of the stuff you'll have heard before, you'll know about, you might have mastered and sorted, but some things you may be struggling with that I might just cover, so it might help you to work that one out in your mind, and on what you need to do going from here. So there we go. Right, so I've got 10. I should just also just to remind you before I start, just to give chance if anybody else joins, I am recording this and I will upload it onto YouTube, so I know your faces are there. I hope that's okay. So if you don't want to be on YouTube, turn your camera off now. Because it will go up on my channel so that people can watch it and get something from it. All right, and I will pop it into my group as well after I've done it, so that people that
I'll turn my camera off.
There should be a little arrow, a little box in the far right hand side on your spotlight that tells how to move your video around or to take your sound off. I can take your sound off if you want, Dorothy. Do you want me to do that? I think she's done it. She's done it. Well done. So I'm just doing that as well. Okay. Anybody who doesn't, as I say, just take the camera off if you want. I know you're still there and you'll be listening to me. And then there is a chat box. So if you need to chat, just pop that in there. I'm just going to try and get the chat up. Deb, you keep muted because you keep coughing. Okay, no problem at all. So there you go. I've got the chat there so I can see what you're doing as well. So welcome. Thank you for spending time and coming and spending time with me. I apologise if the internet on some points goes a bit funny. I have got super fast broadband, but doesn't make any difference. I still get problems with it, which I think there's a lot of people working from home, aren't there? So I want to start off with talking about what it means to be a light worker. Now, I know there's two terms that people tend to hear, which is light worker and starseed. Now, I consider myself both. I'm a light worker and also I'm starseeded, and what that means is that I identify with a particular area of the galaxy or or the galactic origins that I have as a soul, and I'm able to communicate with galactic tribes of light, and it's part of my journey and role to bring that information forwards to others in humanity right now. I'm just someone's waiting to come in. I'll just hit the button. So light workers, right? How we identify light workers and the qualities of a light worker is that you feel that you are here for a reason. You feel you have something to achieve, something to deliver that will help and aid others in your life and around you in the world. It's a very it's a feeling that's in your heart. You can't escape it. You've always had it all your life. You might not have identified what it is, but you know that you've got that real flame of service within you. You know that you're here to help and assist humanity in one way or another. You're here to help. Yeah. Now that comes through as lots of different things, like you being heart-led. Maybe from a young age you did listen to your heart. Your heart spoke very loudly to you, and you've always maybe been a bit different from other people in that aspect and respect, that you have listened to your heart many a time, and you have made decisions that have been difficult, but you know that your heart guided you to make those decisions. Yeah. Also, we have empathy as light workers, so we feel other people's pain. We are really feeling other people's anguish and their emotions and what they go through, and we care deeply about others and what they're going through, and we want to help them in whatever way we can. And that can trip us up, which I'll talk about later on. That can trip us up as well, because there has to be balance in this. Also, we feel that our life experiences count. They count towards the wisdom that we have and what we help others with. So what we go through in life is always related to the service you give out as a light worker, and what you do and how you feel you want to help the world and what you want to help other people. We've all got different qualities. The package comes in many different ways. So we've all got different skills, gifts and abilities that we are trying to express. And there's lots of different things we can do to express that. And some of us are communicators, divine communicators, and we, like myself, so we end up, writing, teaching, making videos, all sorts of things like that, because we have to communicate. We have to share our experiences with others. Another word for that is a way shower. You go through the experience, and then you share your experience and your wisdom from it, so that you can help others that are going through it at the same time. Yeah, so that's way shower energy as well. And you identify with service to humanity, service to others, not service to self. So you're not selfish. You're not wanting to just concentrate on the material world and the physical world and what you can get out of life and how much you can have in your house and how many designer labels you can have and how many posh cars you can have on the driveway, and if you're better than next door and make sure you're better than next door. That sort of energy. And service to self is wanting to achieve, which there's nothing wrong with that, but wanting to achieve, but without really considering any other, and be willing to walk all over others to get there, and not share your wealth, not share your wisdom, not share your knowledge with others, because you don't care really. All you care about is yourself. That's service to self. Yeah, service to others is about who we are, which is we serve humanity. We want to help others. We care so much that it can get us in floods of tears. We can feel terrible at seeing someone in pain, and we want to do all we can to take them out of that. That, you know, is the light worker, the heart of a light worker. And we've got that connection to source and that connection to Christ consciousness, and we carry that and embody that. And we don't even have to do anything to embody that. We do that naturally as soon as we're born. I don't know if you're aware of that. A lot of you will be, that we're anchoring light from the day we're born. And, you know, people think, well, my life was wasted before I woke up and became a light worker. No, it wasn't. You've always been a light worker. You've always been a star seed. You've always anchored light from the day you were born. So you've always been doing something, and you make the world a better place by just being here. You don't, you know, it's a contract you've signed to say, and you have signed a contract, a soul contract, to say, I will deliver something. I will serve. I will bring my gifts and abilities to the world, and I will share them with love and the fact I want to make the world a better place. But there is quite a lot of free will in how we deliver that, so to speak. Yeah, depends on who you are, what your soul purpose is, and what your mission is. If you have signed up for something quite specific and you have a particular role to play and something to do, then you will be tied down a little bit on how that comes about and how that's delivered. Others of us sometimes have got a more easy remit, so we can sort of package things in different ways, and we can express our purpose in lots of different ways, not just one set way or a way that someone says you must do it this way. No, you can do it the way you feel you want to do it, as long as your intention is right and you're heading for the right focus and outcome. It doesn't matter how you deliver it. Yeah, so that's something I think not very many people talk about, but in my experience and what I've done in my life, I know that I am given free rein sometimes in how I deliver something, and anything, it's never wrong. I'm always told it's never wrong. It's just you tweak it, you change it, you morph it, you tweak, you know, you change it slightly, you reshape it, and it gets better as you go. So I'm just looking to remind me of what else I need to say. So yeah, we're great transmuters of pain and suffering and fear, and we're here to transmute fear, and love is the antidote to fear. So we're embodying divine love and then sharing that out in the world in whatever way we express it. We have capacity for great love and to embody that divine love. And in fact, as we go on, we embody more and more of divine love, which is light and is your light quotient. So your light quotient increases as you embody more divine love, and you do more things out of divine love, and you live your life from love. What would love do? What would love do now? What would love do in this difficult situation? What would love do because this person's having a go at me? What would love do because I need to get this service running? I'm a light worker. I want to offer this. I'm getting guidance. What would love do? How would I deliver this? Yeah, so that's a good thing to remember. Okay. Now, another thing to remember is small steps lead to giant leaps of consciousness. I'll say it again. Small steps lead to giant leaps of consciousness. So there's no way you can expect to wake up as a light worker and be up and running in 3 months and you've got it fixed and it's sorted, and it's no way. It takes time. You have to get used to the fact that this reality has changed. The reality that you thought of who you were has totally changed, and you are waking up to your divine self, who you really are. That takes a long time. That takes the mental and emotional bodies a long time the mental body especially takes a long time to anchor that in and to start to transform ego, so that ego starts to back down and starts to relax. Ego will always try and protect you because your ego is disconnected from your heart. So how I have been taught it and how I see it, this, and how I express it could be different to what you've heard before, or you don't agree, whatever. But I'm just going to tell you what I think. That when we incarnate, our personality is part of our soul. And our personality are our traits, our soul traits. Knowing who I am now, knowing who my soul is, knowing what my soul name is, knowing where I come from, knowing what I've done in other lifetimes, now that I'm at that stage, I can see that soul personality shining through me from the day I was born. It makes so much sense. So your personality comes from your soul. It's part of your soul. And what happens is when you are born, your personality parks in here and, you know, merges with your mental body, and your rest of your soul essence goes into your heart space. So we've got a separation immediately going on. Now, the personality is, as I say, the traits. And of course, your personality is affected by epigenetics, we call it, which is your ancestral genetic makeup and where your ancestors came from. So there will be aspects of that, of course, that affect you and how you behave and how you see the world. But your personality has forgotten that your soul down here in your heart space is in charge, and it's wanting you to remember that. Soul, your heart, is trying to talk to you, and it's saying, wake up, come on, we've got a role to play, we've got something to do, let's work as a team in unison, and let's go and deliver what we came here to do. Now, the personality, as you know, is affected by the mind, the mental body. So what has occurred for you in your lifetime will affect that. Experiences you've had as a child. Have you been through any trauma as a child? Have you had parents that were extremely strict? Have you had parents that weren't into spiritual matters? Were your parents highly strung? Were they narcissistic? Were they, whatever it was, it has shaped you, and it will have an effect on you and how you see and view the world, right? So your personality needs to start working with your heart, and I call that synergy, heart synergy and synchronization with the mind, so that eventually you are letting your mind, your personality and ego is relaxing and letting heart and soul lead. And that's really important for us as light workers, well, for the whole of humanity. But it's so important. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's so important. So when you let your heart lead, then things get easier, and we're conditioned in lifetime to believe the opposite. So the programming that's going on to humanity, there's lots of it, as we know. I could spend bloody all day talking about it. Part of it is don't listen to your heart. Weak people listen to the heart. That's a girly thing. You know, no, it'll end in tears. You know, there's a lot of think logically, think analytically, be sensible, be practical. You can't do that in this type of work, you know, because it's soul work. It's not 9 to 5 or going to an office or getting on a hospital ward like I used to be. It's different. It's, you have to lead and live by the heart to do this work. And that's where the struggle comes in. So that's where your lack of confidence comes from. And your lack of confidence is a combination of things. So your lack of confidence is, the childhood experiences you had when you were young, and how you interpreted life and how you were brought up, if you were bullied, abused, dominated, controlled, all of those things make a difference. How much self-belief you've got. Have you always had trouble with self-belief? Then that's going to be no different doing this work. That's going to really, you know, challenge you. So those things are going to be triggered. Also, you've got past life experiences. What happened to you last lifetime? Did it end in tears? What happened? What were you doing in your light work last lifetime? What were you doing a lifetime before that, and the lifetime before that, and the lifetime before that? Yeah? What happened? What happened to you? Did you lose your life due to doing this work? Yes, every one of us, more than one lifetime, loads of lifetimes where we have stood up and wanted to be counted, and we've, you know, stood up and spoke our truth, and we've stood up for people that have been disempowered. We've fought the cause. We've tried to hold the light steady on this frigging planet after thousands and thousands of years, and we are tired. No wonder we are bloody tired, because we've been doing this for lifetime after lifetime, and it gets to this lifetime, we're flipping, you know, we need a vacation, don't we, on a tropical planet? So no wonder we're like, oh God, am I here again? Am I going to do this again? Oh no, not again. You know, it's that, you've got to laugh at it, or you'll take yourself too seriously. And that's the problem. If you take yourself too seriously doing this work in this way, you'll crash and burn. And also, you'll feel so weighed down by the burden of it, and the like, oh, what if I got it wrong? What if I mess up my mission? What if I don't do it right? What if I cock it up? What if I, yeah, all of those things will stand you down, and you'll think, no, I can't do it. I'm not confident enough. And what if I get it wrong? You can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong. And as I say, we need to be easy on ourselves because of what's gone on. All right. So it's a combination of everything. It's past lives. It's things that we did in other lifetimes where we've got the memory still, or something's feeding into us, our energy field from that lifetime. It's the experiences we had this lifetime as a child. Yeah. All wrapped up into that feeling of, I can't handle this, or I can't do this, or I don't know which way I'm going. I can't trust my guidance. I can't, what if it goes wrong? Where am I going? I can't see where am I going. I don't know what this means. I can't see the big picture. I can't see, yeah, those are all normal things. They're all normal. They're all normal. Yeah. And one of the most important things you have to be is courageous. Courage. The qualities, the divine qualities you need, there's a massive pile of them, but you know, you've got to be courageous, right? You've got to find that inner strength to know that there's a reason why you're called to step up. There's a reason why you are being spoken to. There's a reason why you're waking up to your divine presence within, which is saying, hey, come on, girl, it's time to go. It's time to get going. Like, yeah, you need to do your work. As I say, we do it in so many different ways. Another thing I need to tell you about is you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your gut. You have to let that override the doubt. That voice in your head that says, don't do it. That voice that says you're being stupid. That voice that says, who do you think you are going and training in that? Who do you think you are that you think you can teach, or you can speak, or you can write? These were all the things that I have had to master, and I'm still mastering them. I haven't cured them. I'm still managing and trying to overcome those things. So the voices, you know, as I say, that will say to you, don't do something. Your ego is trying to protect you. It's trying to keep you safe. It's trying to keep you in a familiar space. Why? Because it can't see the future. It can't connect to your divine self. Therefore, it has to keep you in and away from present danger. It's on guard. It's what's coming, what's not safe, what's unfamiliar. Oh no, that's not safe, don't go that way. And your heart's saying go that way, and your ego's saying no, no, no. And you're saying, you know, your heart's saying, soul's going yes, yes, yes. You feel like you're in internal battleground, don't you? You've got to get like almost sort of like, yeah, you get your big girl pants on and you go, do you know what, I'm going to take that step, I'm going to do it. And if it goes tits up, it goes, you know, if it does it, excuse my language, you know, this is what I'm like, northern girl. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. It's not easy when you are very sensitive, and you maybe are sensitive to criticism, and maybe you've had and been criticized in the past, and you've not got much self-belief, and maybe things in the past have gone wrong, and you then think, well, what do I think that this is going to make, you know, go well? One thing to remember amongst everything else is soul knows best. Your soul knows you implicitly. It knows everything about you, what you're doing here, your blueprint, what you're here to achieve, who you really are. That's the biggest thing, isn't it? Who you really are. And your mind and your personality will be telling you, you're no one. I remember when I first woke up, 2009, I've been waking up before that, and I was always believing in the soul's eternal, intuition, tarot readings, crystals. I knew all of that stuff. I even was told, I think it was 2003, there was a quite famous medium who said to me, you're a lighthouse and you need to open up. And I was scared. I couldn't do it. And I remember them saying that to me. And like, you're a medium, she said. And I said, no, I'm not. Like, I can't. I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready. It took till 2009 for me to, and I was 44 years old. And I went on holiday and was confronted by 2 haunted places, one after the other. And they did that on purpose. So I went to Scotland and got haunted in the place I was staying, in a self-catering place. I was petrified. And I was also haunted on holiday in Lanzarote for a week. Isn't that hilarious? So evidently I'd opened up, and I was, you know, listening to spirit and feeling spirit and energy and all of that sort of thing. And I just couldn't control it. And it was frightening me. And I thought, I've got to train myself how to control this, because I need to shut down. I knew that. So that's why I started meditating, to shut down, actually. Like, I need to shut down. It opened me up. It was the other way. Boom. Like, boom. There you go. Thanks. Have yourself. So, you know, it's sort of, you've got to, it's always there. The self-doubt will always be there, but it gets quieter and quieter. And the more that you do, the better it gets. So there you go. And you have to learn to trust and stand in your choices. So when you're being called by soul, synchronicity, maybe angel numbers, universal signs, people telling you, oh, you know, I can see you as a healer, I can see you as this. You've got to think, oh, they keep saying it over and over again. I've got to have a go at this. I've got to do this. You've got to, as I say, have confidence that those signs are there for a reason. They're showing you something, and to trust them. All right, to trust them. Now, other things that, as I say, qualities that you need to overcome this self-doubt, all right, and confidence, is faith. Faith in the fact that you believe that there is something here, that we are eternal souls, that we are here to assist humanity, that humanity is being assisted at this time, that source exists, that there is an energy of divine feminine, an energy of divine masculine. You have faith that this is real. Angels are real. Ascended masters are real. Whatever you believe in, angels, dragons, unicorns, the other realms are real. Just because we can't see them doesn't mean they don't exist. Quantum physics, yeah? So you have a deep faith in source, a deep faith in Christ consciousness. You know in your heart that it's real. This is real. I can feel it in every cell of my body. This is real. Then you have to have trust. You have to have trust that you are being guided, that you are being watched over, that you're being protected, that you're being guided to that higher consciousness that your soul is trying to take you to and reveal you to. You've got that already. You just need to reveal it. Number 3, good guidance. Now, this is a really key thing. Very much at the beginning and in the first early years of our awakening, we will be told all sorts of things. I mean, you know, like you go for a reading or someone volunteers information and you can be really swayed in different directions because you can't know which is the way to go because you're not quite listening yet. You're not quite feeling it or trusting what's coming. Very much at the beginning, it's all over the place. Things don't quite fit together. They're sort of missing pieces of the puzzle and jigsaw piece. And you're getting given odd pieces like that doesn't fit anywhere. What does that mean? Yeah. As you go on your journey, you will start to fit the pieces together and it will start to form a picture in front of you, which is your blueprint, which will show you what you're here for and what you're here to do and deliver. As I say, we don't get a manual. The manual doesn't exist for anybody. So it's the initiation, the path of initiation, which is learning to trust and learning to have faith and getting sort of into a synergy of listening to your guidance and taking action. If you keep getting guidance and you ignore it, it will just repeat. It will just repeat. And it will go on and on and on. And also you'll find yourself slowing down and you'll start to stagnate a bit and you'll start to feel like you're treading water and that you're feeling like you've got mud around your feet because you're asking for guidance or you're saying, what should I do? You're getting it. And maybe your personality is saying, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. No, that's not safe. Don't do that. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The amount of times, I'd be rich now by the amount of times I've said to people over the years, like, I can see you as this. You're an amazing healer. I can see you. I can see your blueprint. I know what you're supposed to do. Get healing. Just get your hands on people and start healing. And like they won't do it and they hold back, they hold back, you know, they hold back, they hold back, they hold back. And actually that act of action of going and doing that opens up the whole pathway as they start moving forwards with it. So it's having faith as well and trust in your guidance, good guidance. That is listening and asking. At times you can't see the way or what the next step is, asking for it. You don't need to see the whole journey. You never do. That's not normal for a light worker and starseed. We do not see the whole journey. We never do. I don't know what's around the corner next week, never mind next year. I mean, okay, I'm doing my programs and delivering them, can see that coming, can see something else coming. I don't know how that's going to be delivered. I don't know how I'm going to package it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't even know what country I'm going to be living in 2 years' time. That is how it works. So it's sort of, you've got to sort of just go with the flow, go with the flow. Stop trying to control the outcome. That's a hard one That's a really, really hard one. So it's like letting go of control, because the ego wants control. It wants to know, what are you doing in 12 months' time? How's this going to turn out? What are you doing after 12 months' time? What is it going to look like in 2.5 years' time? Where are you going to be? What are you going to be doing? You know, it wants all the details. It can't have the details, because on our path of evolution and what we do, we have to feel our way along. Remember, you feel your way along. You feel it. So that's sort of the path of trust and faith that we have to walk. Good guidance can be you asking if you're stuck. You know, one of the best things I can tell you to do is, if any of you are stuck right now and like struggling to know where you're going, you can't see anything, you can't take any action, you don't know, then you need to stop and you need to park everything. Park everything, just drop it all. It doesn't matter. You drop it all for a couple of weeks, few weeks, and you say, right, I'm going within, I'm resting, I'm not forcing anything. I'm going to just leave it and give me the next step. Please, please give me the next step. I'm handing it back to you. My pathway, it's guided by source and the light and my higher self. Show me the next step, just one step. Show me what to do. And then you're conceding. And also what you're doing is you're you're saying to ego, step back, step down. And you're saying to soul and heart and source, take over and guide me. And they will. And I've done that many a time. I've done that many a time myself. And sometimes it's been 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on what's going on in your life right now and what is unraveling or healing. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing that at all. Then when you get an answer and you get it maybe 3 times and you get a hunch, you get an idea, it drops in, someone maybe mentions it from another area, it keeps coming out at you, you take action. You take action. You go and commit to the action that your soul and source is telling you to take. Yeah. If you don't take the action, you go around in circles and you get stuck. So it's a 50-50 relationship. 50% is you, 50% is source. You're in a mutual relationship. You're in partnership. Remember that. You're in partnership with the divine. So you're always co-creating with the divine. You're always walking with the divine. Let the divine do the work. Yeah, the divine will show you what needs to be brought forward, will show you what you need to do, but you need to do your bit of the bargain, which is to take action. So that just trying to get you to see that the self-doubt will stop you taking action. The lack of confidence will stop you taking action. Maybe you've taken action before and it's gone wrong, or it's been a failure to you and you've been put off. It may have traumatized you. It may have scared you. You may have felt you were in out of your depth. You may have felt like it wasn't working, right? With that, again, it's the point of surrender. Never ever push something so far and so hard that you can't hear what they're saying anymore. I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. So you have to, as soon as you start to feel lost, like, I don't know what I'm doing now, you have to park it. I call it cosmic parking. So it's sort of almost like, you know what, I'm not taking that any further. I don't know what the hell I'm doing with it. I'm going to park it and then it will come back. My children's work, 2016, is a good example. Guided to do, some unicorn mats and produce a set of sprays, do some channelings, do some children's workshops. I did all of that. I did the Golden Child Project. I did, oh God, loads of stuff. And then ebbed away. And it was like, where am I going with this? This is not making sense. I've got no more information about it. It's sort of, that's weird. What's happening? So I just parked it. I just went, do you know what? I don't know what else to do with it. So I'm going to park it. And it's remained parked for 3 years. And then suddenly come back with a vengeance this year, as it makes more sense that they were preparing me for some work that's coming up. Because they didn't want me to get all the work there and then, because I would have been too busy and got, you know, stressed with everything I had to do there and then. So I did all that as preparation in 2016, 2017, so that now, as I'm taking it to another level and I can see what that work was about, I'm like, oh yeah, I can revive all that if I want to. It's my choice, but I know where I'm going with it now. That took all that time, but I didn't worry about it. I just got on with it. Like, oh yeah, I have to part that. And then the divine feminine work came and the women's work. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not all cut and dried. It's in and out and lots of different things. So, you know, that all is part of building that confidence up, building up that confidence muscle and taking a step at a time and seeing it work. You're a healer, for example. You're a healer. You're a healer. You're a healer. You keep getting it. You're a healer. You're a healer. You're a healer. And then next you get guided to take up a healing modality. It keeps coming out at you from nowhere. Like, oh, that keeps coming in. I think I should do it. Oh, it looks interesting. You go and train in it and you do it, right? Then you come home and you trained in it, right? And your ego will go, right, you'll just have to delay that for a while, yeah, because you're feeling unconfident, self-doubt. No, I can't launch that yet. I'll wait. I'll wait for something else as well. I'll have to get more qualified than that. I'll have to have more things. So, you know, that can be the ego. Also, it can be soul saying to you, you need to put this together with something else, whatever. But really, for confidence and action, you should launch into that. Like, I'm trained as, say, a Rihani celestial healer. Oh, I've got that now. I can do it. Right, let's start advertising. Let's start asking people to come and do it. Let's start going to psychic fairs and events, MBSs, and let's start offering it as taster sessions. Let's start getting friends round to practice on. Do you want to come round? I want to practice this and see what you think. Other people that are light workers, can you come? I just want you to experience this and see what you think. Yeah, boom. You start to get your confidence. You start to get experience. People start to feed back to you. Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, I feel wonderful. That's lovely. Thank you so much. You're really good. I really, really enjoyed that. Can I have another session? Boom. Confidence starts to rise. The ego starts to relax and goes, oh, she can do this. This is safe. This is okay. She's safe. She's happy. She's not scared. She's not panicked. She's okay. You can carry on. Yeah. Whereas if you're not careful, the ego can hold you back and go, wait, you've got something else to do and something else to do. And I've seen that as well. So I've seen people that will take that healing modality on and wait and not even set up a practice or do anything. They could be working. I know, understand that. And it's not easy to start up and start earning money for yourself as this. You have to do it by the side. And that's what I did. So I was still working in my job as I started doing all my healing sessions and going to MBS events and things like that. And going to a psychic development group that I used to go to, and I met some people that wanted to try it. Like, oh, do you do that? Yeah. Can I have a session? I'd like to try that. That really gets your confidence up. It gets you feeling like, yes, I can do this. It's fine. And you can be doing your job at the same time. And you have to, of course, evenings, weekends, stuff like that. Yeah. But it has to be done. MBS, Mind, Body, Soul events, Penny. It's me, MBS, Mind, Body, Soul events. Saying that, we can't do that at the minute, so I know that, yeah? but you could practice on maybe other friends that are like-minded, other light workers that are open to coming around and seeing you. Yeah, that sort of thing. Need to practice, because practice makes perfect. Like anything in life, if you don't practice, you'll never get any better. And with healers, we have to just start somewhere. Whatever healing modality you get called to do first, what it is, it's a call to be the healer. The healer self is calling you. And it's just saying, do the work, will you? Come and start. And the more you do, the better you get, the more you develop. And your confidence grows in bags full, just doing that. I hope that's making sense for you all, yeah? And that, as I say, confidence is all about action. It's all about going out there and doing it. You'll never talk yourself into it if you are saying, oh, I won't start till I do this. I won't start till this. Because I say that's ego. It's saying to you, no, it's not safe. No, it's not safe. No, it's not safe. So like, I haven't got a room to practice in. Okay, then get the angels to sort that out. Find me a room. Find me a room I can practice in. I haven't got many people that want to come and do it. Find me the people. Send me the people so I can practice. Send me the people. I'll practice. Then you'll get your people. It's that voice in your head, as I say, that can say to you, I'm not ready. I'm not good enough. I need to be better. I need to be more confident. Well, you'll never get confident unless you do it. It's like anything. If you train to be a doctor, a nurse, a driving instructor, a checkout attendant, whatever you are, if you don't practice what you do and you get on the floor with someone and you start doing it, you're just going to put it off. It's the same with light work, exactly the same. If you don't go and practice what you've learned, then you'll never do it. And you'll put yourself off and you won't do it. So just a heads up there, you've got to push past that resistance. Resistance is good. Resistance means that you're pushing and you're clearing and changing your reality. And that resistance means that you are being stretched. So the resistance is saying, do this and your life will change. Resistance means do this and you'll change your reality. Resistance is a good thing. And you've got to sort of try and get it in the right context. That some people will think resistance means you shouldn't do it. But you can talk yourself out of something very easily by thinking, oh, I'm not meant to do it because I just don't feel I should do it. I mean, I can put myself in that position where my first teaching workshop for Angelic Reiki, I was talking myself out of it without a shadow of a doubt. And I lost someone who was supposed to be doing it, and I was panicked, like, oh, I'm just going to cancel it. You know, my ego was going, oh, cancel it. Look, there you go. You're not supported. You're not supported. They don't want you to do it. Look, that person's dropped out. That means that you're not good enough and that you're not meant to be a teacher. And I persevered, and I asked, and I said, can I have a replacement? And I got one within a couple of days. And then I persevered and did the workshop, and boom, my life changed that weekend because I realized I could teach and I didn't think I could. So, you know, I overcame the ego's objections, and I went, no, I'm pushing past that. And I pushed past it, and it was painful and it was horrible. And I was like almost honestly nearly crying before they turned up. I was so scared I was going to cock up and that it was all going to go wrong and that the attunements weren't going to work and, you know, all of that. And rest is history. I'm now running an academy teaching and yeah. So if I'd not pushed past that resistance, I wouldn't have this academy now, and I wouldn't be talking to you, and I wouldn't have helped all of these. I must have helped, I don't know how many in my 10, 11 years now. So I wouldn't have had that effect on them. And that's not ego talking, that's soul talking. That's soul saying, look how many people you've helped over the years because you overcame that block, that resistance that said, don't teach, you're not good enough. Yeah, no self-doubt, no self-belief myself. And as soon as I could watch myself, and I did it, and I was flying out there at the weekend like, oh my God, I can actually teach. I know I can do this now. I know I can do it. And that just, a weight just came off my shoulders. So you've got to push past the resistance, folks. You've got to push past the resistance. What else can I talk to you about? Right. Now, the reasons why we doubt ourselves, as I say, as well, that could be feeding in to your field, is the witch wound, which is the past lives where you've been vilified, tortured, bloody burnt at the stake, drowned, God knows what else, right, that happened to us in other lifetimes as wise women, healers, soothsayers, teachers, high priestesses, you know, you name it, we've had it done to us. So, of course, all of that past life stuff is sitting in the background. Of course, some of it we will have healed, and that's fantastic. But some of it could be feeding in and could be affecting you. So you've got to really also ask the question, where is this coming from? Where is this resistance coming from? Ask questions. You don't ask, you don't get. So awareness is everything in this pathway, right? So it's asking the question, what's blocking me? Why do I not feel good enough? Why am I getting an extreme body reaction to, because some of us do, to this work? What is going on? What, yeah, and you'll get answered. You'll get answered. You'll either get guided to go and have an Akashic record reading, you'll get guided that you meet someone who just mentioned something to you, or you'll get guided to go somewhere, which is where you were living at the time, or where, you know, that lifetime was. They'll sort you out. They'll mop it up for you as you ask. Why am I having this resistance? Why is it so hard for me to do this? Show me something that's standing in my way, and they'll show you. And you know, you take off one at a time. Like, they'll sort out one lifetime, then they'll sort out another. They'll guide you. Do this, take that reading, go on that program, do this, yeah? And or you'll go and have healing with someone else, and they will be able to lift something out that is causing some of this trouble. And slowly but surely, you'll start to lift the blocks that are sitting there, which prevent you from just fully committing and going straight away, which none of us can do. None of us. It's a path of initiation and self-mastery. Remember, light work, starseed, self-mastery, ascension pathway. For those of you that resonate with that, ascension pathway. Yeah, we don't ascend for nothing. We have to walk the path. We have to do and prove that we have got tenacity, that we've got courage, that we've got commitment, that we've got faith and trust. And you have to prove that, like, by doing and taking the steps. And then, you know, you then spiral up in your true vibration and who you are. And then you start to identify with who you really are. And then that helps you so much to take those bigger steps. And there's always, wherever we are on our pathway, we will always have to, or required to take a bigger step. I'm going through that now. So there is something I need to do, and probably will need to do next year, that will require me to take a huge step, and I'll have to stand even more in my authentic self and my voice and who I am as a way shower, which will be painful. But it's something, it's a path of initiation. It's your path of ascension as well. So, you know, it's being brave as well. Right, what we're going to do in a minute is we're going to go on a little journey, all right? And we're going to go and visit our future self, all right? And our inner mentor. and we're just going to hear your future self. Now, your future self has done it all. Your future self is already there. They've walked the path. Your future self has embodied even more of your higher self, your I am presence. Your future self has done the work, has walked the path, has taken the action, has increased faith, trust, in who they are and who you are. And as I say, you know, people are not going to get what you do. You've got to get used to that. You just got to get used to that. You're not meant to conform. You're not. If you conform, then you'll lose who your authentic self is. Your authentic self is who you are when you don't conform. When you listen to soul, and soul says, this is what I want you to do. Yeah. And you feel it as well. You'll feel it. There will be a passion inside of you, a flame that burns brightly and says to you, I'm passionate about this. I know I can do something about this. I know I've got skills that will help with this, and I've got to use them. I've got to help. That's your passion. That's your authentic self screaming to express itself and do what it's meant to do. As I say, the mind gets quieter as you go along, and will start to get quieter and quieter as you keep doing it. But as I say, there's no quick fix to this. Yeah, there's no silver bullet. And anybody who says there's a silver bullet, they're making it up. There's no silver bullet to this. What it is consistency, as I say, commitment, faith and trust in what you're being guided to do, and then going and taking action on it. It can be lonely at times. It can be very stressful. It can feel like you are, you know, you're on a roller coaster. Yeah. But I would say find yourself a group, find yourself a tribe, find yourself a group of people that you resonate with, that support you and uplift you and are going through the same thing. And then you're much more likely to encourage each other to do the work. Could your authentic self be to conform? What's the answer then to that, Claire? Yeah, you've got the answer to that. You know, you've asked it, but why would you want to conform? Why would you want to fit into a box that's not you? Why would you try and be a piece of the jigsaw puzzle that's being forced into a space that's not right for that piece of the puzzle? Do you see what I'm saying? We can be in jobs that are not glamorous. We can be in spaces that are not glamorous. It's whether you feel right there. You know, lots of light workers are in different jobs. In fact, some of the bravest light workers are in really dark places where they have to shine their light even brighter than others. So, you know, they're in hospitals, palliative care places, the policemen, the doctors, the you know, judges, the lawyers, the even politicians. There can be light workers that are politicians. They can be they're in every part of society. You can have light workers that work in the supermarket. You can have light workers that do all sorts of different things. What the key to that is whether you feel you're right there. You feel you belong there. You feel you're doing something amazing there. You're anchoring light. You're providing maybe a bit of light to that area that needs light highlighting. Maybe you're in an area where eventually you'll use that knowledge that you spent there somewhere else. So yes, it's not me thinking of others. But why would your authentic self want to conform with things that are not authentic to them? Yeah. So any light worker in any job or any bit of society will have to feel comfortable there, will have to feel that's where they need to be. They'll have to feel they're being guided to stay there. They're being guided because they're needed and they feel right, it feels good. The biggest compass point of any of our work is it resonating. You feel satisfied, you feel joyful, you feel of service, you feel fulfilled, you expand in that space, you do not contract. Yeah? So any space where you contract, where you shrink, where you silence yourself to fit in, where you try and conform with others to feel normal, so others won't look at you or listen to you or hear you or see you, that's not being authentic. Authenticity is standing in your power and your light, having a voice, sharing what you want to share, speaking the way you want to speak, taking action the way you want to take action without anybody else criticizing you. I put a post up this morning on Facebook about that. So, you know, it's people are very easy in criticizing you and telling you that what you're doing is wrong. It's their perception, remember, the filter. You will always hit buttons when you start to do work which is out of the norm, or you start to do angel work or light work or healing work or whatever. Some people will accept it and be really interested and want to know more. Others will just be indifferent, and that's fine too. Others will maybe oppose it and want to persuade you that you're going in the wrong direction, or tell you that you're making a mistake, or tell you that they don't recognize you anymore and that you're changing and they don't like it. Now, that is a sign that you are starting to not resonate with the vibration anymore. So when they start to have a go and have attack, you've got to have your words right. You've got to have practiced this in your head, what you're going to say. Respect my life choices, please. Yeah, respect my life choices. Respect what I do. You don't have to approve, but you can respect what I do. If they are so anti it and they are speaking up and trying to block you, and then they are not supposed to be in your life, they are not, you know, supposed to be around you. Now, you will have opposition sometimes from close family members. I had at the beginning, my husband. But he's, you know, actually, he's a starseed himself and he's coming around. So it took him a year, 18 months to get to the point where he could accept what I was doing and not panic and let me get on with it. So it takes time sometimes. Those that really oppose it to a point where they are criticizing you, shouting at you, haranguing you, being nasty, not talking to you, you've got to really seriously look at that relationship and friendship and think what you're going to do. Yeah, you don't have to advertise. If you have a normal day job, you don't have to advertise what you do and talk to every Joe Blogs on the floor about it. You don't have to. Those that are interested, you can talk about it, can't you? Those that are not interested, they don't need to know. It doesn't matter. What's important is the people that you serve, the people that you are going to help. Those are the ones that are important. So, you know, the ones around you, if you don't need to tell them about it, or they haven't asked, it doesn't matter. They may ask, oh, there's something about you. You look happier or more calmer, and that's a nice thing. But you don't have to go into great detail or justify yourself or justify what you're doing to someone else. Yeah, that's where you are. You've got to get your boundaries in place. Boundaries are really important in this work, so that you don't have to justify what you do to others. Yeah, your work can revolve around a small group. Doesn't matter. It's what resonates. What you do. where your soul is guiding you to work. Yeah, we've all got different roles, haven't we? We've all got different things to do, and it's as long as it feels good and you're being guided, that's fine. Absolutely. We all do different things, and we all do different ways of doing things, and that's absolutely fine too. You've just got to find a way of expressing yourself in regards to when people ask you what you do. Now, I in the past would have struggled with that, and probably just, I think in the past I've said something like I'm a therapist or something like that, whereas actually I've never been a therapist. I'm not a therapist, but I was scared to sort of say what I did. Nowadays, I just say actually that I'm a healer, and I run my own academy, and I run online courses, healing courses and empowerment courses for women, and that's exactly what I do. So I just say that, and you know, that goes down a treat. They're fine with that. They'll either talk more about it or they won't. Doesn't matter. If they're interested, they talk more about it. But you know, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in saying you're a healer, I'm a coach, whatever. Yeah, you find your confidence after a while of being able to say that without worrying what another person's going to say. I think I once said to my doctor years ago I was a healer, and he, at the time it was a male doctor, and he was really good. He sort of said, "Oh, do you do meditation and all that?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "Oh, that's great." He said, "That'll bring your blood pressure down, you know, keep your blood pressure down," something like that. So he was very like, "Oh yeah, that's a good thing." And why would I be scared of saying I was? You know, as you might think, "Oh, what's he going to say?" You know. So you got to just sort of not so worry so much about others. Depends on what you're doing and what you're sharing. I mean, I can be a little bit, I do share quite personal things at times. I feel that's my role as a way shower. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, and what I'm going on in my life, I like to share sometimes if I'm guided to, because I feel like I'm supposed to help others. And I did, you know, I will tell you just quickly that I was, I mentioned last week about something on Facebook about my personal life and about what journey I've been on since a little girl, after discovering I've been abused. And a family member that never ever speaks to me, never contacts me, never rings me, doesn't ever talk to me, years and years at a time I ever see them, gets on to her sister and says that I'm slagging off the family on Facebook. So then her sister rings me on a Saturday night, late, I didn't even pick up the phone, to say to me, "What's all this about, you talking about being abused as a child?" Isn't that awful? And saying, you know, almost saying to me, "Shut up, don't talk about it. This is family stuff. You don't talk about it." I said, "I haven't said anything who my family is. I haven't said who it was. It's my journey, my experience. I'll say what I want to say. And I haven't, you know, because even the person who rang me knows that I've been abused. I told her a while back. So the other person knows anyway that, but wanted to shut me down. Didn't want me to talk. Shut up. Don't talk. Don't share your story. Keep it quiet. It's private. It's family business." Isn't that interesting? Trying to shut you down. Yeah. Like, and that was a test for me. Like, no, you're not shutting me down, girl. No, I will talk about this. It has to be opened up. That's the whole reason we got this problem in the first place, because people won't talk about things like that. So yeah, we all get it. And that's the first time I've had someone have a go for me talking that way. And they weren't going to stop me, and I won't be stopped. I won't, by anybody. And you know, I thought it was a bit cheeky. But then that's what they would do, because they're triggered. It triggers them. They have to have a go back. So you always are going to trigger people, whatever you do. But you've got to know that your role, your boundaries, your authentic self wants to express itself. And, you know, that's where you stand in your power. That's how you get your power back. That's how you obtain more soul power. And that's how you heal, is by revealing things about yourself when you need to. I'm not saying you need to talk like me. Absolutely not. But that's my job. That's my role as a way shower and a 33 life path. That's what I need to do. I know that is in my heart. but it doesn't mean other people have to do that. You know, I'm just saying, reading the notes. Absolutely. So, but you know, for a family member to ring me at 9:45 in the evening, I didn't see the call. It was on my mobile. I didn't see it till afterwards, and then she sent this big message like, you know, family members are not happy. I said, well, you know what? They can just unfriend me on Facebook, and they don't need to see this stuff anymore, do they? Just, and I don't have a lot of family members on my main feed. I think I can count on one hand, 3 or 4. So, yeah, family, but it's my business, absolutely. So there you go. So that's a test for me. Like, can you stand up in your power? Can you talk about this without intimidation? Are you worried about, you know what I mean? All that sort of stuff. Yeah, we're not able to heal. We have to talk about it. That's what we're teaching humanity. Remember that. We're teaching humanity how to heal. We're teaching humanity how to empower themselves, and we have to lead the way. So, as I say, if you've got issues with confidence and self-belief and it's really hammering you, you've got to go within. You've got to look at where that self-belief is, lack of self-belief is coming from, and that lack of confidence. What is unhealed in yourself? Where's it coming from? You can ask, what's the next thing I can do to start to heal this? And you'll be told. What is there a child bullying incident? Is there things that happened as a child? Then you need inner child work. Is there an ancestral cycle running in your family of disempowerment in regards to that? Is there huge ancestral cycles that you feel are dragging you back from stepping into your full purpose and mission? Then you need to handle and tackle your ancestral karma and the cycles that are running in regards to that and patterns. You need to look at that and start looking at it. I've got a course on that. I've got a course on inner child healing as well. So, you know, things like this you need to look at. You need to find the answers. What's sitting there that's preventing me from expressing myself and stepping into my light worker power? And, you know, there's no judgment. We're not, you know, you're not going to be 11:11. I've just looked at the time. There's no judgment. It's not like you're going to be hauled up in front of court at source when you go back and he said, you know, like, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, you're naughty, you're going to jail, or what. It doesn't work that way. You just do it the next time. Yeah, you'd have to come back and repeat that lesson of, why didn't I do that? What's still there that hasn't healed that I need to heal? So it's no judgment, but it's nice, isn't it, to be able to be your authentic self. It's so empowering to speak when you want to speak and live the life you want to live and be who you're supposed to be without conforming and doing what you think other people want you to do, because it's too uncomfortable for you to step into who you really are. Yeah, so that's something to think about. Oh, good for you, Maria. This is it. We have to speak our truth. And you know, it is hurt. It hurt, you know, others do get hurt, but we're not doing it out of spite or vengeance or revenge. We're doing it out of a need to stand in our power and to speak your truth, and that empowers them and it helps them heal and release too. You've got to think about that. Yeah, I hope this is helping. All right, I've got, you know, some of you will have been on my programs. I did a Starseed program recently where we covered some of this already, and I've got another Starseed program starting in September, Lightworker Starseed. You know, don't have to identify as a Starseed. Lightworker Starseed program starting in September, end of September, and it's called the Aquarian Starseed program. And it's to prepare you to go into the age of Aquarius, which is coming this year at the end of the year. So again, it will be confidence building, mission, delivery, and purpose, giving you the tools to be able to do it, giving you some energetic boosts and healing journeys, holding space, very importantly, holding space for you to shed layers that are sitting in the way of you doing your soul purpose work, and seeing a bigger picture for your life and who you really are and how amazing you are. So I've got that coming the end of September, and it will run right into January next year. And I'm looking forward to that. And I'm putting it out there that I want a big crowd in there. I think we had 25 last time. Well, I want even more than that. I'd like to double that. I'd like a big crowd in there. It'd be wonderful if it was all girls. And, you know, we really encourage and motivate each other to just come on, let's do it. Let's just go and do what we came to do. Yeah. The Starseed course will be £144, and it will be, you can pay in installments. I think it's £48 an installment, 3 installments you can pay, and it'll be twice a week, coaching twice a week in my group, with lots of journeys being thrown in there. You can always catch up because we always do it on Facebook. If Facebook is not around by then, God knows what's going on. We'll do it somewhere else, not a problem. But you can always catch up on the journeys afterwards and the coaching and whatever you want to do. You do it in your own time. And there's loads of references on the last one we did. A load of girls gave me some great references, which is lovely. Testimonials. So there's that support for you. If you feel you want that big boost and you like, come on, I'm gonna do some more, and I need that support. And just think of me as like, you know, just I'm working for the Cosmic Divine Mother. So I'm here just to hold divine feminine space for you to be able to, as I say, shed layers and step up into who you really are, all right? Now, quickly, I'm going to do a quick journey and then we're going to round off, all right? So I'm just going to have a quick slurp of my smoothie. Okay. No, you don't need to have done a previous course with me. Standalone courses. You don't need to do anything previous with me. You just come in on whatever one you want. No, it doesn't matter one bit. And also I've got my Cosmic Goddess membership, which is £55 a month. You have to pay a minimum of 6 payments, but that covers you for 6 months of courses, and it gives you an hour's mentoring session a month with me privately. And quite a lot of my girls are doing that because they get on all the programs. So the program for the Starseed will be included in that membership. So, and I think I've got a sovereignty program coming up in about 5-6 weeks as well, which is Divine Feminine Sovereignty and Healing. I've got another course coming as well. So yeah, lots of different choices. Okay, right. So are you ready, girls? Okay, here we go. So just take my glasses off. Let's go. So if you just want to close your eyes, and I'm just calling in, please, the Cosmic Divine Mother. I know you're here already, but I'm asking the Cosmic Divine Mother to overlight this journey. I'm asking all of our soul guides to step forwards with us, the Angelic Kingdom of Light, the Goddess Masters to step forwards to assist us, and the Rose Masters, please, to step forwards. And we're just going to concentrate on our feet and just anchor ourselves into our Earth star. So just imagine that there is a huge diamond shaped star, sorry, not diamond, a star shape underneath your feet. Just see that growing as a silvery iridescent color. Just imagine now that there are roots growing from the soles of your feet, and push those roots down through the silver star shape, down through to the center of the earth and Gaia, and wrap those roots around the center of the earth and the heart of Gaia, and bring that crystalline energy up through your feet, through your roots, and up into your feet and into your entire body. We're just bringing that crystalline energy up through our entire body. Now, there is a golden ball of light coming from our stellar gateway and from the central sun. It's coming down now through our upper chakras. It's moving down now through our crown, and it's coming down into our third eye and throat chakra, moving down into our heart and just coming down through our lower chakras now. It's just helping to align our chakras and open them. And it's coming down past the root chakra, down to the earth star and back up, and it's anchoring into our heart center. Now, just picture your heart center in front of you, and with intention, step into it like a doorway. And as you step in, you're in a giant pyramid, and just feel your heart energy and push it out in all directions to fill the pyramid. And fill and push that heart energy out into your room and into your entire house and residence and the land that you are sitting on. Now, right in front of you, there is standing a white pyramid. And I'm asking you now to follow me as we step into the white pyramid. As we step in, you can see there is a pink door in front of you. Now, this pink door is a link and a bridge to your future self. Now, your future self knows that you're waiting for them, and they will give you guidance and information which you should just need now at this time, just as to assist you to take some steps forwards. They've already walked the path that you're about to walk. They've already taken action you're about to take. So they're wise and they're experienced, and they're going to just have a chat with you and connect to you. So as you open the pink door now, step through. And immediately you'll find yourselves in a room that might be familiar, but it may not be familiar. And this room is linked to your higher self and the journey of the next 5 years. You may see there's a huge window with light streaming in of golden Christ consciousness. Now, you may see there's a table ahead of you where you could sit down and just soak in the atmosphere and the energy of this room. So just take a seat, you'll find it now. Now, your future self is about to make an appearance to you. So just be open to whatever may be presented to you. And your future self is walking in now and greeting you. And your future self is just going to sit down opposite you and just have a little chat with you. So just listen to what she has to say. She's going to hand you something symbolically now that you need right now in 2020. Something that is required, something you need, something that might assist you moving forwards. And she's giving you that gift now into your left hand. Next, she's given you a key. She's been placed into your right hand. And this is a key to embodying more of your divine masculine energy. An energy very much required to enable us to create boundaries, to hold space, to be able to father ourselves, to be able to protect ourselves, to plan, to build. She's giving you that key now. And lastly, she's just going to speak to you of maybe a question that you've asked recently, something that you're trying to find the answer to right now. She knows what that is because she's part of you. And she may help you step further to that answer by answering or giving you a clue to where to find the answer, or even giving you the answer herself. And lastly, she just gives you that amazing smile, and you know that everything is going to be okay. That wise person she is, that confident person she is, she's inspirational, she's motivated, she's confident, she has self-belief, she loves herself unconditionally. She follows her guidance. She listens to her gut intuition. She takes action with combination of her guidance and heart, and where her heart leads her. She's standing in her authentic self. She doesn't answer to anybody but herself and source. So we're just going to say goodbye to your future self. We're just getting up from the table, just observe what's in the room. We're saying goodbye, and we're just heading towards the pink doorway. That pink doorway is opening wide. And again, we're just moving back through into our pyramid and moving through that pyramid into our own heart chamber and center. We're back. We set the intention that everything you're told in this space, you will remember. And when you're ready, you can come back into your body and into the room when you're ready. Okay, so there you go. We've come round. Now, I'm going to just unmute. This could be fun. I'm going to unmute us all. So there you go. And I hope that was helpful. Write anything down, girls, that you got there that was shown. Before you forget, just get that written down because you might need that. And as I say, I took you 5 years ahead, which hopefully gives us all a good boost.
Oh,
If you look back to 5 years before this and what you were doing and where you are now, we always are moving forwards, aren't we? We're always learning. We've always got wisdom. So there you go. Oh, Annette. Oh dear. So I hope that was useful to you. And she's given you a clue. She's given you a clue to where you were. All right. Now things change, we know, and life trajectory changes, and our reality changes in regards to that. I'm just gonna. So, because reality does change and things or life trajectory alters slightly, we know that your choices that you make now, right? The choices you make now can change that reality and tweak it, of course. But there will always be a general theme of where you're heading and where your soul wants to take you. Your destiny, as we call it. Your destiny is, to me, your soul blueprint. And you know, there are choices we make along the way, but there is a general theme and where it's running to. So whatever you saw there is a clue to that. All right, depends on how much your higher self wanted you to see, how much your I am presence wanted you to know, because it's all determined by you and what your higher self wants for you. Oh, look at that red dress. Oh, isn't that fantastic? There you go. Yeah, choices are now, absolutely. Because remember, we are, you know, entering a paradise timeline, and we're anchoring that for ourselves, and we're anchoring that for humanity, actually. So yeah, the choices we make now, that's an important point, and are very important. So try and see that if you make a disempowered choice right now, how much impact is that going to make on you in your future years? An empowered decision this year in 2020 is really important, of where you think you're heading. Always go up, yeah? Don't settle, don't be mediocre. Go up on what you want to achieve, yeah? Because of course then that's anchoring that timeline, it's anchoring that pathway for you, yeah? Important. Humanity's done enough of settling. Look at where we are. Yeah, so as I say, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, and you can do it again. You can do it again from the recording. Absolutely, you can do, no problem. So you'll get it again. Of course you will. Your higher self will show you what they need to show you. So there you go. So I'm wrapping that up now. I hope that has been okay. Just a, you know, a good boost for you, knowing that, you know, whatever you do, it's just having faith and having trust in where you feel you want to head, what that heart and soul is saying to you, and how you can make that happen. And you don't have to worry about how things happen, because actually, you know, the universe is working with you, in unison with you, as a team. Yeah, your team light. We're all team light. So they've always got your back. They've always got they protect you and they overlight you. And you know, when your heart's in the right place, you know, everything comes at the right time. It always does. It comes in the right time, and you get given what you need at any bit of your journey. But if you're feeling stuck, you're feeling unsupported, you're feeling that your choices you've made have not come from heart and soul, but may have come from fear and panic, then, you know, you need to look at making better choices and listening to that guidance. And if you feel like you're struggling with guidance, remember that I can help you with that. I can help you with guidance. I can help you with making better choices and teaching you how to listen to soul and walking that pathway. All right. So there you go. So thank you so much for turning up. It was lovely. I'm just gonna unmute. There you go. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, girls. I hope you feel, you know, a little bit more confident. Yeah, good. And as I say,
Thank you.
if you haven't got the answers, that's okay. That's okay if you haven't got the answers, but then you ask for them. Ask for them. Show me my next step. Show me, is this a good decision or a bad decision? And you can do that many ways, can't you? You can check it, double check it, but it's listening to that heart. Does it make you feel good? Does it uplift you? Does it expand you? Does it light you up from inside? Do you feel joyful but a little bit scared? You know, something that maybe you've been asked to do and you're like, can I do it? But part of you wants to do it, like, oh yeah, I want to do that, but I'm a bit scared. That's a good feeling. Anything that makes you feel contained, takes your energy down, drags you down energetically, makes you fit and shrink and contract, is not a good sign. Yeah, remember that. Yeah, it's when you expand with it and see a bigger picture and your energy comes out with it, that's a good sign. Okay, so there you go. All right then, so lots of love to you all. I'll put this, as I say, there'll be a link for this for you. And nice talking to you. All right, and I will advertise the other programs. You'll see them coming through.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
really amazing.
Thank you. Very welcome. All right, lots of love and have a good week.
And
And
you.
thank
too.
you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Lynn.
Bye. Bye. Bye.